Hey guys, I haven't daily vlogged in a while. My hair is a lot shorter and a lot lighter. It's pretty cool. Aren't you excited? Are any of you going to VidCon? If you're going to VidCon, hooray! We should hang out. I am super nervous for VidCon. VidCon makes me nervous. There's a lot of people. There's a lot to handle. I'm on several panels. This is a wrap. But I'm on a lot of panels, and I don't know. Being on panels is scary because, you know, if you're on a panel, you're given a lot of responsibility. Somebody looked at you and said, I think you could do that. I think you could represent, like, a voice and be on a panel and speak for certain people. Go for it. And you're like, oh, great, I hope I don't fuck it up, because I'm sure a jillion other people would love to take my spot. I've mentioned this in daily vlogs before, public speaking is a huge fear of mine. I get really nervous. My voice shakes. It's terrifying. Yeah, I talk a lot about it in therapy. I talk about it to my doctor. They both have helped me a lot. So I got some strategies to deal with it, which is super cool, but I guess I'm sharing this with you because I've been in a lot of Google Hangouts recently. I literally had 3 today with people who are going to VidCon, and every single one of them said they're nervous. So if you're going to VidCon and you're a little bit nervous about it, I hope you find some comfort in the fact that you're not alone. Everyone's nervous, which is kind of good, because then we're all on the same team, and you're not like the only nervous one floating around in a sea of confident people. At least that's the way I see it. So if you do want to hang out with me at VidCon, there's a lot going on. I can actually read my schedule if you want. Here, let me go to gmail.com, and then I'll go to VidCon. VidCon, it's gonna be great. Boom, boom, looking for stuff. This is me. VidCon itinerary. Boom. Okay. Ashmerdale. Boom. Need help? Oh, wait, is this me? I don't know. No, what is this? Visher Greater Ashmerdale itinerary. Oh, yeah, this is my itinerary. Okay. So, boobity 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 boop. Okay, so on Thursday, the 23rd, so this is the first day of VidCon. The 23rd, I have, at 9 a.m., I have a meet and greet. So this is actually a really good way to start off the conference, because it's super easy. It's just a meet and greet, and it's with 2 of my favorite YouTube people in the world, 2 of my best YouTube friends, Hannah Witton and Alayna Fender. So that'll be really, really dope. That is just at 9:30 a.m. on the 23rd. If you want to come hang out, you totally can. I know for a fact that it's not full yet, so you could totally come chill. Then, the same day at 3:30, I have, a community room Q&A that no one's gonna show up to. VidCon was just like, do you want to do a Q&A? And I was like, can I bring Grace? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, can Grace be part of the Q&A? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, are you sure you want me to have a Q&A? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, no one's gonna show up? But okay. So I'm having a Q&A at, 3:30 to 4:30. Then I go straight from that to the gender diversity panel, which I'm really excited for, but also super scared, but mostly excited for. So mental health. Wow, a lot of this is back to back. Okay, so the gender diversity panel is super, super cool. This is like what you should pay attention to if you want to go to something new at VidCon. The gender diversity panel is the first day of VidCon at 5 p.m. It's a community panel. It's, the 23rd at 5 p.m. at the Marriott Platinum Ballrooms, room 1 and 2. I pitched this panel to VidCon. I was like, you need to do a panel on gender. You just need to. I think it would be a lot of fun, and a lot of people have things to say about it, and I think it's about time that, like, you've gotten away with it long enough for just having one trans person on the LGBT panel and then having, like, 1 or 2 token questions about gender and then not discussing it for the rest of the con, because it's huge. And it's a huge community, gender non-conforming, gender expansive people are huge on YouTube, and I just got a text that distracted me. So I pitched that panel, and it's happening. I'm not the moderator, though, because I'm way too intimidated by the topic. So I specifically asked not to be the moderator. I said, please have this panel. I'm not ready to moderate it yet. I'm still formulating a lot of my thoughts. and feelings about gender. So, Cat Black is moderating it, and a ton of awesome people are on it. Jackson's on it. Chandler's on it. Every single person who's on it, Caitlin's on it. I recommend it. So if I'm blanking on them, it's not because I don't like them. It's literally just because there's a lot in my head right now. But yeah, it's gonna be really, 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 really cool. We're gonna talk about gender. I'm super stoked about it. Then the next day, Friday, at noon, I have the mental health and mindfulness panel, which is going to be super cool. Oh, actually, before I talk about that, let's talk about gender. Don't you think it'd be cool to go to VidCon and one day totally present like a guy, and then the next day totally present like a girl, and then, I mean, you can get into what does presenting like a guy and presenting like a girl mean, but I just think it would be fun. I think it would throw a lot of people off guard, and I kind of want to do it. So that's, like, my plan. I'm just gonna, like, present really masculinely, the first day of VidCon, and then super femininely the second day of VidCon, because why the fuck not? And I want to, and it's making me excited, so I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be like my own social experiment. I'm not gonna film it or anything, I'm just gonna do it, because I want to, because I think it's fun to express, like, expansively, and I'm doing it. And I'm excited about it, and I'm doing it. So then the next day at 12:30, I have the Mindfulness panel, which is going to be super cool. That panel is moderated by Alayna, my friend Alayna, and it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of interaction. I'm super stoked about it. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know if she's okay with that. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to cover a lot of things. It's going to be really, really neat, and it's going to be super interactive, and we're going to, like, get really personal and talk about some of the mental health issues that we each struggle with, and then the tools we use to overcome them and cope, which is going to be sweet. Then, at 3:30, right after that panel, I'm moderating the Less Than Famous panel, which I'm super stoked about, but really nervous. Whenever I moderate anything, I become, like, insanely nervous, but I'm really excited about it. Are you guys going to the Less Than Famous panel? You should. It's going to be dope, I hope. I'm thinking about giving away free t-shirts. And yeah. Boop. Then, the next day, at 11 a.m., I have the Sexual Orientation Roundtable and Discussion. Oh, that's my only thing that day. Whew, that's kind of a nice day to end on. That's kind of good. My middle day is really heavy. And then I end with a mentorship, which I'm super excited about. So, the Sexual Orientation Roundtable is at 11 a.m., and that's on Saturday. And basically, that's where, like, I think there's 6 or 7 of us. 7 of us, like, LGBT YouTubers, show up, and then we, like, divide the room into 7 parts, and then we have a talk with the people who showed up. And it's going to be cool, because it's not like a panel, it's just like a discussion. So we sit down, and we're like, hey, what do you want to talk about? And, of course, I'm going to start with gender, because nobody talks about gender. So this was my 8-minute rambling. Are you excited for VidCon? I am. Bye! Are you going to go to all the things? You should. Here, I'm going to actually copy this and then put it in the, oh, not allowed to copy? Gotta do it anyway. Gotta find a way to copy this and put it in the description of my video. Okay. Bye.